Welcome to Aspen Yoga. My name is Stacie. For today's chair yoga session, obviously you will need your chair. Remember, no wheels on those chairs, no arms. We are going to work through a strength and flexibility chair yoga today. So blocks, something to put your feet on. It can be a pillow, it can be a blanket when we do relaxation at the end. And then I want you today, we're going to include some weights. So I have 3-pound weights. Grab some light weights. If you do not have weights, remember a can of soup weighs about a pound. And if you look at a family size, that weighs about 2 pounds. So go ahead and grab your props and meet me back on the mat. All right, welcome back. You can go ahead and put your blocks, your blanket, anything that you're using at the end for relaxation. You can pop that underneath your chair along with your weights for now. So we're going to sit tall. Remember, as we are in our chair, I want you to sit closer, not necessarily to the edge where we don't have our balance, but I want you to stay off the back of your chair. I want your feet to be firmly flat on the floor. And we're going to start with just our hands on our thighs. And we're just going to take some nice deep breaths. So as you think here, you can have your eyes open or closed. I want you to think about your big toe, your baby toe, the inside of your foot, and the outside of your foot planted into the floor. So I want you to have nice, strong contact with the floor. And again, if you can't reach the floor, prop your feet up on a book or something that elevates the feet a little bit. Let's take a deep inhale here. And remember, as we inhale, we're filling the abdomen and the chest. Good. Inhale, fill the abdomen up. Exhale, the shoulders relax. Again, inhaling here. And exhale. Good. Bringing your arms to your side, I want you to take a deep inhale. Take those arms up over your head and circle them around. Inhaling, lift tall. Exhale, open. Good. Inhaling up. Opening that chest. Let's do 2 more up tall. Open around. Again, last one up. And open. Good. Bringing your hands back onto the thighs, focusing on the toes. I want you to lift the toes, lift the heels. Toes and heels. Nice and slow through your range of motion. Toes may be a little bit harder to lift than the heels because we don't often do that movement. So toes, good, and up, good. Last one, heels up and toes up. Good. I want you to sit a little bit farther onto the edge of your chair, always being stable. So we're never outside of the middle of our chair, okay? I want you to walk your feet out and walk your feet in. So we're just heel toeing, okay? So toe, heel, as wide as you can, heel, toe, good. Let's do that a couple more times, just opening up. Last one, toes to heels, and heels to toes. Good. Now let's walk out so we are a little bit wider than usual. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, goddess arms down. Or cactus, inhaling up. Cactus, I want you to pinch those shoulder blades. Good, up tall. And down. One more time, reaching up. And down. Nice, good. Bring those hands down here. Let's bring our feet back in. So think about feet inside of your chair. And I just want you to march. Good. And if you feel like, hey, I need to be a little bit farther on the edge of my chair, you adjust here. Good. One more each side. March and march. Good. Staying tall, I want you to hug that right knee up And I want you to point the toe and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Last time, point and flex. Draw some circles. And circles the other way. Good, back to the center. Bring that foot down, hug that other knee up into the chest, just a hug first. And remember, as we hug, we stay tall. We don't let ourselves cave back. So we don't let, remember cat and cow, we don't let our back come into cat. We stay nice and tall. Point those toes, flex them up. Point, flex, point, flex. Two more, point, flex. Last time, point and flex. Draw some circles. And circling the other way. Good, come back to the center, bring that foot down. Good, let's take your hands to the center of your chest. Elbows are out. So we get a little stretch through the wrist. I want you to take a deep inhale here. Exhale, point. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, up. Inhale here. Exhale, fingers to me. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull in. Inhaling up. Exhale, down. Good. I want you to go ahead and grab your weights. Whatever you are using for weights. And honestly, if you do not have weights, roll up some like washcloths, because let's think about our grip strength a little bit. And if we have something in our hand, it doesn't necessarily have to be heavy, but having something in the hand helps with our grip strength and our forearms. All right, so we're just gonna do some bicep curls. So arms are at your side. If your chair is a little bit wider, you may be out a little bit more, but I want you to take thumb up and down, up and down. So you're gonna stay tall, keeping your core. So remember your core, your abdomen, and your back. And we're just going to, nice and easy, just some bicep curls here. We will stay in one plane of motion. So right now, just doing bicep curls. And then as we get warmed up, we're gonna work across the body a little bit. Last one each side, up and down, up and down. All right, we're gonna do lateral raises. Lateral raises are out to the side, and we're just gonna come here and down. You notice I am not coming even with my shoulders. That is not where I want to be for this session. And as you come up and down, I want to talk a little bit about what happens if we come too high. If we come too high with our lateral raises, we can start to get muscles of our neck involved, and we do not want that. So that's why we're just going to stay low here, just lifting out and in. One more time, out and in. Good. Let's bring those weights, what you are using, to your thighs. And from here, I just want you to march. So adding that little bit of weight as we march, and think about when you march, you stay tall. So again, we don't cave. It's easier if we cave back as we march, but I want you to stay tall. Use those abdominal muscles, using your hip flexors. Good. Let's do one more each side here. Up and up. Good. Keeping the weights on your thighs. Let's come up and down on your toes. Just a little bit of a calf workout. We're alternating. We're doing a couple of exercises, upper body, couple of lower body. Two more here, and then we're going to go back to upper body. Good. I'm going to show you a side view here with just one hand, but you're going to use both. I do want you to lean forward this time. I want you to take your weights at your side, and I want you to kick back and forward, back and forward. So we're working triceps. I want you guys to do both of them. So as you see this, I'm going to turn around to the front. You're going to double kick back and forward. Keep those elbows glued at your side. So we work those triceps, the back of those arms. Good. Just a few more here. Keep those elbows tucked and in. Let's do one more. Out and in. Good. Coming up, let's shake out those arms a little bit. One more upper body. All right, I want you to come up. So we're in that goddess arms here, cactus arms. I want you to come in and open. In and open. I don't need anything to touch up front here. I need them to come in and pull them back. In and back. Good. If this weight's too heavy, put your weight down and just do the movement. Good. Two more here. One and open. In and open. Good job. Take those weights, put them down out of your way. Coming up tall. Let's do some shoulder circles back. Good. And let's go ahead and stand up. So I want you to stand up. And you can come to the back of your chair. I'm going to turn my chair so that y'all can see. Standing a couple feet away from your chair, I want you to do some squats. Okay? So when I look at my toes, I want to externally rotate those feet, sit back and up. Sit as far down as you are comfortable. I want you to think about sending that tailbone back and coming up. If this hurts your knees, mini squats. Okay? So however you are comfortable here. Two more. One and two. Good. Coming up. Turning so that you have one hand on your chair. Let's balance for tree. So remember, as you balance, I want you to think about, so we're going to balance on the leg that is always closest to the chair. I want you to think about that big toe, the baby toe, the inside of your heel, the outside of the heel. Think about those 4 points of your foot in contact with the floor. Now for tree, remember the opposite leg, we are going to rotate that hip. The foot is above the ankle, below the knee. You can use the kickstand of the toe. You can take it out here, but I really want you to open the hip, however you are comfortable. Reach that arm up and out. If you want, you can take the other arm wherever you are comfortable. If you need a little balance. Now let's think about this as we're balancing. Carpet, absolutely harder to balance on. If you have a cushy mat, harder to balance on. If you have shoes on, harder to balance on. Okay? So the less fluff, shall we say, in between our foot and the surface, the easier balance is going to be. Good. Let's come up and center. Good. Let's switch sides. So as we switch sides, I'm going to just turn my chair around. Always balancing on the leg that is closest to the chair. Externally rotate that knee. Come up. Both hands if you like. Hands can be out to the side. Wherever you are comfortable here. Think about balancing strong. When you balance, find something in the room that's not moving and concentrate on it. That always helps. So balance is something that if we don't use it, we lose it. So practicing your balance is very important. Good. Inhaling up and center. Good. Go ahead and let's go ahead and come back to our chair. While we're here, sit on the edge of your chair. Let's do some hamstring stretches. So whichever leg you want to start on, that leg comes out. Both hands are on the bent knee. Hinge forward at the waist. You're going to find that you will have a better hamstring experience if you are on the edge of your chair. Okay, so you're going to get a nice, good hamstring stretch on the edge of your chair here. Good, nice deep breaths. And let's switch sides. Plant that heel, all the weight, both hands on the bent knee. I never want to put any extra pressure on the leg that is straight because that compromises the knee joint. So stay strong here. Remember, take nice deep breaths so we send oxygen to those areas we are stretching. Hamstring, even into the hips, maybe the calf a little bit today. Good, let's go ahead and come up. Figure 4. So I want you to cross your ankle over your thigh. One hand on the knee, the other one on the ankle. I want you to lean forward at the waist. So as I lean forward, I'm not rounding my back. I want you to think of keeping your heart to me. So your heart is facing forward, but my shoulders are relaxed. Nice, good, deep hip stretch. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. You'll find one side will be a little bit easier than the other. One side may have, like this side on me is a little bit tighter, so this knee's up a little bit higher. Lean forward, heart to me. And the more we work, like each hip, each hamstring, each arm individually, we start to, let's say, even ourselves out a little bit. Nice deep breaths. Nice. Go ahead and come up. Good. Now, if you have something you would like to put your feet on, go ahead and bring those out now. Never mandatory to have something to put your feet on, but it helps put us in, say, that relaxation position a little bit. Let's take a deep inhale, arms up. Exhale and down. Again, up top. And down. Good. Hands come out in front. Inhaling open. Exhale. Give yourself a hug. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhaling open. Remember which arm was the high arm, because this time we're going to take the opposite arm on top. Tuck it into the chest. One more time each side. Open up. Cross and tuck. Last time, open with a deep inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, opposite arm crosses over, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhaling up. Good, exhale down. Good, go ahead and find that comfortable position. We are going to do a little relaxation. So you can lean back into the back of your chair. Your feet firmly planted on your surface. Hands can be on your thighs. Your shoulders are down and away from your ears as your spine is tall. And I want you to take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, fill your abdomen and your chest. Exhale, shoulders relax. Let's do a body scan while we sit here today. Starting at your head, the very top of your head, and I want you to scan your way down your body. And as you scan your way down your body, starting at the top of your head, I want you to soften your forehead, softening the muscles of your face. Your jaw hangs open. Any tension melts out of the muscles of your face. The back of your head is relaxed. And as you come into your neck, the muscles of your neck relax. Making your way down your shoulders. Think about water falling all the way to those fingertips. Your hands are heavy into your thighs. And as you take a deep inhale here, and exhale, making your way down your torso. And as you inhale, breathe oxygen into the front and the back of your chest. your abdomen and your lower back. And as you exhale, your spine stays tall as your torso is relaxed. Coming to your hips, I want you to waterfall your way from your hips, down your thighs, past your knees, down your shins and your calves, waterfalling all the way to those toes. And as you take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, your shoulders relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking some time here. Allow your mind to wander. Your muscles relax. And as you take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, wake up your fingers and your toes, waking up your arms and your legs. Sitting away from the back of your chair as you sit tall. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, filling your abdomen and your chest. Exhale, shoulders relax. Last time, taking a deep inhale together. And exhale. Again, my name is Stacie with Aspen Yoga. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time.